sacrifice to get by. Can't waste money, can't waste time. Bet you can't jump up this high. Bet you can't jump up this high. Bet you can't jump up this high. Bet you can't jump up this high.
Yeah, I got a little girl, just my first kid. Got a little girl. She's 15 months old. Cameron, changed everything.
Wow.
Obviously, the last 2 years or so, I hadn't got to really race much. Because I've been adjusting to parenthood for the most part. So,
right.
But yeah, got one little girl.
So far as new riders that want to come in the game, what you like? What kind of like advice you would give them, far as like with your family and things? And do owners get upset when things come up where, just say your daughter have a program or something she have to go to, you have to miss a day? Like, has that ever happened to you before?
Does it happen, man? It happened. Lately, in the last 2 years, man, almost every race, man. Like, so what happens for me is, and that's a good question. What happens for me is my whole life before camp, and not just my daughter. I started a business too.
Right.
But prior to those two things, all I did was race. I mean, I had jobs and stuff, but
right.
I mean, racing was my priority.
Right.
If the job said I couldn't go racing, I was going to quit.
Hey, bro, me too.
On the spot. You ain't even got to talk about it. What do you mean I can't go? What?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Don't even worry about it. I tell you what, I'm not only am I going to go, I'm not coming back.
That's right.
So that was my life. So
yeah.
Nowadays, so more recently, I've been conditioned to yes. I'm going to go to the next race. I'm going to go to the next race. I'm going to go to the next race. And then what's more so happened recently is the next race will come. In the week of, I'm like, man, I got this or that going on with the baby, my girl. I got this or that going on with work, with the business, whatever the case may be, and life would happen, and that's new for me. Life never came above racing.
Right.
Now life comes first. So I would say to new riders, so do owners get pissed off? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you it really tests their pace, especially when people make plans and everything like that, and then you renege. But typically you try to ride for people who care about you as a person too. People who understand that life happens. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Man, shout out to Dex, man. I put Dex through hell, man. I put Dex through hell. Not intentionally. None of this is intentional.
Yeah. And speaking of Dexter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I put Dex. You know, a lot of times I don't end up being able to make it to the races to come through for him and a bunch of other people, man. But you know, typically, man, once they get past their initial disappointment, you know, they typically call you, hey, man, you all right? You know, you made the right decision, you know, this and that, you know, I'm proud of you, da-da-da-da. But to new riders, I would say, man, just communication is the biggest thing. Communication is key. That's something that I'm not really the best at, you know, if I could be honest. But just communicating and just finding your people that got your back. Like, one thing I look at from the outside looking in, I don't know obviously all the details, but the Billions, all of them dudes, Bob, Big Man, Jan when he was out there, 6ix9ine, and his mom, his family, all that whole clique, that whole crew, Brandon Woolfolk and them, and everybody Bill ride for that. That's a situation that I would encourage any young rider to find themselves in. Because they got his back and he got their back, and they don't falter from that. You know, if life happened for him, they all care more about him than they care about the next race. You know
Right.
So.
Right. And see, you know, that's another thing too. Like, do you get the feeling like, so it's a lot of times I be feeling like when people be like, well, if he don't, like, they feel like if we don't race, we ain't nobody. Like as if we don't have a life outside of racing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So that's why it's like, man, I gotta rethink how I was about to say it.